Hi everyone, it's Vladimir here with Escape Hotel. I'll be revealing today the monthly expenses and revenue from our very first month in the hotel business, in the hotel industry. Without any experience, what we have accomplished, how we are doing. I will be showing you the revenue, I will be showing you the occupancy rate that we have achieved, along with all of the expenses that go along with it. In one of my previous videos, I revealed to you the total investment for this building. For 3 buildings, really, as I mentioned before, as well as the pool and all of the things that go along with it. 2,870,000 euro. Most of that money has been from a personal savings, and a small loan was given to me by a friend of mine at a very important time, very strategic time when I needed that money. $50,000 from Peter. That's his name, and those who know me know who that is. Very important loan, very important in terms of strategic time. The small towards when you look at the total, but it was very important at the time. So that all of that has to be returned. Obviously, the loan as well as the full investment. I'm hoping that one day, I don't know when that day would come, but hopefully one day that money will be returned, and I will review today how we are working towards accomplishing this and what it's like in the first month. And here is my new sheet that I'll be explaining to you the income and expenses we have from the hotel aspect of the business. Within within our operation, we have actually 3 different revenue streams. One is the hotel itself, the bar and restaurant, and the third one is activities of other sorts, such as airport transfer, boat trips, any kind of activities that guests have requested from us. That is a third revenue stream. Today I will not be discussing the bar and the restaurant, as well as the activities stream, because I do not have the concrete numbers for that quite yet. 2 reasons. One, the menu itself is not finalized. It is not our final menu yet. And 2, when we, as a new business, as a new restaurant, we purchased large quantities of items that would obviously last longer than 30 days, such as flour and sugar and salt and pepper and cheese and other things that go along with it. As we go through, perhaps in a month or 2, I would be able to review the monthly expenses and revenue from the restaurant and bar side with more accuracy. At the moment, if I discuss any of those numbers, they would be quite skewed due to the fact that the initial investment in purchasing all of these necessary products at the beginning will last longer than the consumption within a month. So that is those are a couple of reasons why I will be discussing the hotel revenue as well as expenses only at this particular video. I will discuss some of the other ones. I have no problem revealing all of the expenses and all of the income with you in the future. So let's go ahead and dive right in to this. First thing I will be revealing, and I have already written those down so that I don't waste your time in thinking thinking them through as I was calculating these numbers. I would just simply review those to you as we go along. First is obviously the income, the expenses, and the money that's going to go towards the total investments at the end. First thing is our average rate in euro. 72 euro is our average rate. Now, I would like to explain a little bit about how this average rate comes to be 72 euro. One is the fact that we have 3 different types of rooms. Second floor, bar access room, as well as pool access room. There are different rates and different price range depending on the day of the week, depending on occupancy. Various factors come into play. But there is one more item that is important to mention when calculating the average rate per room. And that is the fact that approximately 10% of the reservations that have been paid for do not occur. They do not. They simply don't show up. Customers do not come to the hotel for various reasons. Approximately 2 rooms per day. In some days that could be only single room. In some days that could be 3 rooms. On average, 2 rooms do not come to us. We have attempted in multiple occasions figuring out why that is. We would call the customer at about 7 to 8 p.m. and ask them, are you still planning on coming or not? And in some cases, they simply say, no, plans changed, apologies for not letting you know earlier. We have attempted asking why, and the answer has always been personal reasons. Some have revealed just a little bit personal discomfort, personal arguments within the family, girlfriend, boyfriend, something happened in the morning, by the afternoon they don't want to go on a holiday anymore. So 1, 2, 3 rooms every single day, paid for but don't show up. And that drives obviously the average rate a little bit higher, because between the hour of 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. and midnight, we have a window of opportunity to sell that room again. And in many cases, we have been quite successful in selling that room one more time. In some cases not, but in some cases we have been. And hence that 72 euro average. Now we go further and review the next item on my list. We obviously have 30 days. That's how long it has been since I started counting these numbers, and what I'm exposing to you is the last 30 days. The next item on the list would be the 24 rooms. Now, 24 rooms is, in our case, a count that we cannot afford to play with. I know that airliners as well as hotels do oversell, because they know some people will not be coming to either take the flight or to the hotel itself. And we know that as well. However, we are too inexperienced. 30 days in this industry is not sufficient for us to have the confidence and oversell beyond the hard number of 24 rooms. We don't want to take the risk of everyone arriving and not having a place for our guests. Hence, this number has been hard-coded at 24. Maybe in the future, as we gain more confidence and more data, we would be able to analyze on which days of the week it is most likely that people would not be arriving, and hence on those days we might start overselling, but at the moment we are keeping it at a hard-coded rate of 24. Now, next line item, obviously that is the daily revenue from that many rooms based on the average room rate. Next is the total, that potential revenue here. Let me be clear on this. This is not the total revenue. It is actually a little bit less than that. And here's why. The most important room the most important number in all of these numbers is the occupancy rate. Occupancy rate we have achieved at 98%. This is incredibly high. Very, 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 very good number. 98% is something that I'm very pleased with. I'm proud of our team for achieving such occupancy rate, yet keeping reviews, and I'll demonstrate that in a moment, 5-star on Google all throughout. It is a very, very good number. This number determines many things, not only the total revenue, but also the consumption at the bar, the consumption at the restaurant, the additional activities and services that we sell to our guests. That number is very, very important. Occupancy rate is extremely valuable rate to us. If I simply search on Google, I would see that hotel owners are quite pleased, happy, and proud to achieve 70-75% occupancy rate. We are at 98 in our first month of opening. That is remarkable. I am very pleased with this number. And we can dive into how we have achieved this number. I will be happy to review some of these details. I have done so in my other YouTube videos, and I will continue to do so in future videos. What are some of the things we provide to our guests that I believe is aiding towards that 98% occupancy rate. Next one is the total revenue. So it is a little bit less. It is not 51,840. It's actually 50,800. 50,800 because we have 98% occupancy rate. We could work on this occupancy rate even more, as I mentioned before, by overselling 24 rooms. Not at the moment, but in the future we might, maybe. We'll think about that as time goes on. So this is the total revenue from the hotel. Once again, just the hotel side of things, 50,800 euro for a month, first month. Now let's go ahead and dive into the expenses, and let's start revealing the first one. 2,000 towards the cleaning staff. We have 2 team members that are cleaning our rooms. 24 rooms. Keep in mind, we don't have 24 rooms checking in and checking out every single day. We have approximately between 5 and 8 rooms that are checking in and checking out daily. Workload is fair. They're busy, but not overwhelmed. In some instances, the receptionists are helping with cleaning as well. These are cases when we might be a little bit behind, and guests have arrived. We need to hurry up. That is the cleaning stuff. I'm not going to dive into what percentage of that goes towards taxes and what percentage goes towards them, but it is about half and half, to be fair. Half is towards them and half is for taxes. That's just the way it is. Okay, approximately. Perhaps a little bit more towards them and a little bit less towards taxes, but our expenses are €2,000 per month for those two people. Next one is reception. We do have receptionists at the hotel. There are 3 of them, and the cost is $3,000. Just the way it is. Once again, not diving too much into that granular detail of how much goes towards health insurance, how much goes towards this tax and this and that. The bottom line is this is our expense. That is the total expense. Next line item is groundkeeping. We do have a person that comes in the morning, very early in the morning, approximately 5 in the morning, cleaning the pool, cutting the grass, and some other groundkeeping activities that person deals with, and that is €500 per month. Part-time job, and does a great job. I'm very happy with this with him. Next one is electricity, €1,000. Now this number surprised me. This number surprised me because this is the total amount we paid for a month of operating the hotel, 24 rooms. And keep in mind, temperatures here on the Mediterranean have been in the low to mid 40s in Celsius. That is quite hot. Air conditioning is constantly going. Even when guests are out of their rooms, they keep the air conditioning going. And that includes the filtering system for the electricity for a filtering system in the pool. That includes all the pumps, all of the bar, the lights, the kitchen, and so on and so forth. And I think that 2 items are quite important to mention. Why this surprised me in a positive way. One is solar panels on the top of the roof, and 2 is the air conditioning system we purchased is a German brand that is quite popular with manufacturing air conditioning systems for commercial use. Our air conditioning system is not individual per room. It is a commercial type of system, and it operates quite efficiently. I am very, very satisfied with the efficiency of the brand. I'm not going to be mentioning the brand. If somebody is interested in knowing what brand we used for our air conditioning system, happy to share that with you. But it is very efficient and very effective. When people turn on that AC in the room, it takes, no more than 3 to 5 minutes at the most for the air conditioning to reach the desired temperature. Very, very, very quickly. And then it obviously levels off at that point. It is a smart system. But that is really important. It takes a very short period of time for a room to go from quite warm, especially when the doors are open and the cleaning lady is inside and cleaning and whatnot, and outside is obviously 45 degrees, and out the doors are open, everything inside is quite warm. And as guests arrive, they turn on the AC. Within 3 to 5 minutes, they have reached their desired temperature, and that is aiding in that pleasant surprise of mine in electricity bill of only €1,000 for a month. Next is maintenance. We have a low maintenance bill this month. This also surprised me, pleasantly surprised me. I was expecting quite a bit higher. It is a new building. I was expecting bathroom issues, shower issues, water leaks. I was expecting some electricity problems. I was expecting air conditioning issues. To be honest, none of that. Pleasantly surprised. I am pleasantly surprised with this number. €200 for small little things, light bulbs here and there, just tiny little items that we touched up along the way. Very small, very, 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 very minimal. I'm pleasantly surprised by this. I was expecting the first month, as the building is new and never been operated before, many things to go wrong. Didn't. Quite nice. I'm impressed with today's technology, I guess, and the way the building was made. It's quite good. I'm happy with this. Advertising. We do advertise, and we spent €1,500 on advertising. Now, why is that? In one of my previous videos, I mentioned that if you are, excuse me, if you're booking through Booking.com, Expedia, or any other reservation sites, you are overpaying. You are overpaying by a minimum of 30%, all the way to double, to 100%. And I am on a quest to educate everyone, including, because I didn't know this myself, so I'm on a quest to educate everyone that is watching my videos that you should never book through these websites. You are paying commission without even noticing it, without even thinking through it. They make you feel as if you're getting the best deal. It is not true. It is absolutely a gimmick. It is a false information. You are paying their commissions, and that is a minimum of 30%, and it goes all the way up to, it could be a lot higher. So please think that through before booking a hotel room, because you are paying more than you should. Take the name of the hotel, the address, Google that, and find their website and book on their website directly. If the hotel doesn't have a website where you can book, well, I'll tell you what, you shouldn't probably stay at that hotel. That is not the only thing they're lacking in their operation. If they don't have the very first thing, which is a booking reservation portal, then, well, full stop, I wouldn't book. I would just go to a Hilton or some brand name that I know of, and wouldn't book at a website, at a hotel that doesn't have its own website and reservation module. That is just a fact. So, if you're buying from those reservation websites, you are overpaying. Hence, we are spending on advertising. We want people to come and book through our website, and we have achieved this. Most people are booking directly through our website. Most people are not booking through Booking. Most people are not booking through Expedia. They're booking through our website. And we are spending money on this, and specifically, even though it is the cheapest and the easiest way to just simply rely on those reservation websites, let them put their commission on top of it, and we get our money, they get their money, and everybody happy. But what absolutely drives me insane is when guests are coming and I see how much they have paid, 30, 40, 50% more on a room, 2 rooms, 1 night, 2, 3, 4, 5 nights. Well, guess what? That accumulates to hundreds and hundreds of euro paid in commissions to these reservation websites. It is insane. It is absolutely insane. So please think that through next time you reserve a room. I have a video specifically on this matter, on this topic, and I'll continue to discuss this topic because I'm quite passionate about it. It is not the way it is designed. I believe is the wrong part of it. Making people feel and think they are getting the best possible deal by booking through their reservation site. It is not true. It is a false, and they have a very clever way of making you think that way. So next thing, let me go ahead and reveal that. Water, well, water 500, about what I was expecting. I'm not going to dive into that too much. Food for staff. Okay, we do provide free meals to everyone that works here, and everybody that wants to, I guess. If they are hungry, yeah, sure, they can eat. Hasn't been a big expense, only 500. The next one item over is cleaning the sheets. We have a service that comes and picks up all of our sheets, bathroom towels, and anything that needs to be washed. They're washing, they're ironing, they're folding, and they're bringing it back to us, ready for use. So we're paying that service €1,000 a month to do this. It is what it is. Perhaps in the future we might look into doing this ourselves internally. We do have the space for it. However, at the moment, that's how we're operating. Next is free cocktails, water, and food to guests. This is a item that we do provide welcoming cocktails to our guests, little cookies, whatever. Honestly, anything that they want. If they want a free meal, they will get a free meal. They just need to say so. We will do it. Anything that our guests want, we would provide this to them. So whatever that is. Water, obviously, that goes a long way along the way, and then anything else. We do have a restaurant. They do pay for orders. However, if they want it for free, they would get it for free. And that comes along with my. I know it sounds a little quirky to say it, but I passion for customer service, and I can dive into this little bit of history of mine in customer service overall, and believing that customers should, the certain way customers should be treated. But let's don't go into that philosophical ground. That is the cost of €1,000 per month we spend on free things to our guests. Breakfast, €3,000 per month. This is one that I'm not very happy with. This is one that I need your ideas and thoughts on this, because I believe it's too much. It is far too much. €3,000 per month for breakfast. And here's why. We have 24 rooms, 98 occupancy rate. That's pretty high. Let's say pretty much all of them are occupied at all time. But there's one thing that is important. People are on holiday. Not that many people wake up early for breakfast. They just don't. They wake up late. They're on a holiday. They don't want to wake up for a breakfast. They wake up when they want to wake up. So in reality, only very few rooms are coming to the restaurant for breakfast in the morning. We're providing it for free. It's a free breakfast, and it's costing us too much. It is too much because we are preparing for the potential occupancy of all rooms arriving for breakfast. That never ever happens. Perhaps we need to learn a little bit more about scaling that. But the formula here is not working because on average, I calculated this, it ends up being approximately 10 to 11 euro per room for the breakfast. Because, once again, not everybody shows up. In fact, most people don't. Most people just simply don't. Either don't care for having breakfast or don't want to wake up for breakfast. And that amount is too much. Either I'm thinking lowering the price and not including breakfast, or maybe making it an optional for those that want it, and those that don't want it don't have to. Even at a small amount, maybe if the room is 70, well, breakfast would be only 2 euros, something of that nature, where only those that really want the breakfast would actually get the breakfast, and not everybody else should be paying for that. Because in my belief now I believe that now everyone that is not consuming the breakfast is actually paying for the breakfast, which makes no sense. So I think we should probably be looking into making this optional in the future. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm debating on this item. This is the total amount of 3,000 euro is not what matters here. It matters the fact that per room we are spending 10, 11, 12, depending on the day, euro for breakfast, which is, in my opinion, far too high for buffet style continental breakfast that we're offering. It is that our cost is just too high here, so we need to optimize here. So something needs to change. And I'm hopefully someone knows a little bit better than me. I can share your thoughts on this, but it doesn't appear to be a good model, and I want to change it. Miscellaneous. I'm putting 1,000 euro here for miscellaneous. And what do I mean by miscellaneous? Little things. Soap, toiletries of any kind in the rooms, shower gel, toilet paper, and any other type of expenses that we have had throughout the month. I'm not wanting to dive into every single little detail, but it is 1,000 euro per month. Not that much, but that's what it is. Next down here, let's go ahead and review that number. That is the total expenses for a month, 15,200 euro. That is our expense. That is our expense, and we have some room for improvement, some room for optimization, but I'm also pleasantly surprised with certain numbers, and I'm overall pleasantly surprised with the amount that can be set aside for the investment we have made towards this business. Now, this doesn't include my personal involvement. This doesn't include my personal time here and my partner's personal time. But to be fair, our time spent has been very, very limited. It is a very simplistic business. It is not one that requires a whole lot of thinking and a whole lot of involvement. And our time and effort has been limited, very limited. My partner has another job. He's a pilot. I have a different job as well, and that's where we're spending most of our time. This is not. It doesn't take much of my my time, my effort, or thinking to be involved in this. Are we involved? Yes, we are. But in a very limited capacity. So that's on that. So it is time now to review the total money we have been able to put towards the initial investment. I guess paying off the initial investment. And that is 35,000 euro, 35,600. That is simply this number minus this number equals this number. I am pleasantly surprised, and I can report back to you that this is a good achievement, in my opinion. I am very happy with a couple of numbers in here. Occupancy rate at 98% in our first month, not knowing anything about this business. The little involvement that requires, the simplicity of operations. And one of the most important aspects of this is the fact that with all of that, we have been able to achieve 56 reviews with 5.0 on our review rate. Very happy. Very, very, very satisfied. People have written, have taken pictures, have taken the time in taking us through reviews, and I am pleasantly surprised. So, with that being said, I really hope that you have taken some of this, and if you are ever thinking about starting a hotel business, perhaps this is of assistance to you, or maybe not. Comment in the comments below. If you have any ideas on what I could do about breakfast, I would be very grateful. If anyone has any thoughts on it, if I should eliminate it altogether, maybe put it as an option, or how we could make this actually work for everybody. Because at the moment I don't think that the quality of the breakfast equals the amount spent, by no means. This is far too high for what it is. So if anybody has any ideas on optimizing this, I will be more than grateful. Otherwise, that's on the first month of hotel operations, and I'll continue reporting back to you. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll speak on the next one. Bye.